Okay guys, hello, it's Chris, back for the second video of the day. I just got done reacting to Amber's latest video, and now I'm reacting to this Hot Mess Express. Apparently, Foodie's doing a weigh-in, and more health arc vlog. Oh my goodness, Everest is just around the corner, I can feel it. Anyways, this frickin' video I just noticed is 22 minutes long. Okay. I've been keeping up via reaction channels on what's been going on with Foodie Duty here. If you didn't watch the Amber video, actually I just recorded these. I haven't even edited them yet, so I don't know which one I'm going to get out first. I just took the weekend off. I get a little busy because kiddos off school on the weekends and things kind of just get away from me. And then there was the holiday and I just kind of hung out alone. My kiddo was on his grandparents' boat. And I just kind of chilled out and watched some stuff. Went off my diet for the first time in over 40 some days. And whew, I'm paying for it today. The anxiety is very, very bad. I ate carbs, a lot of them. I ate sugar, a lot of it. And I didn't really gain much weight per se, but I just feel horrible. I've been on a low carb diet for like 40 some days. And just about a week ago, I started implementing out of desperation a protein sparing modified fast. I'll make a video describing that stuff by itself. I'm not going to go into details about it in a react, but the anxiety's been really, really bad. My stomach is really doing not fun things, and I'm really not feeling great. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to make videos today, but with the anxiety, I need to distract myself, and I get very fearful and tearful, and it's really, really bad. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just make the videos. It's a way of distracting myself. So not only am I getting work done and being able to get content out for you guys, but it is helping me distract myself. So, you know, you guys are kind of being there for me in that sense. And I appreciate everybody who watches the videos. And so here we are. I'm going to skip past anything that might be stupid, to be honest. I really am here just more for the weigh-in and the health stuff. I know I would love to be well enough to climb Mount Everest, but I'm nowhere near as close as Foodie Booty is. So I need to know what she's doing. As far as looks, she doesn't look any different. Other than that, she just has this smug, smarmy look on her face that just makes it so incredibly punchable. But don't go and punch people, guys. I'm not advocating for that. Anyways, let's get this shit show going and see what Miss Poopy Duty has to say today.
Hi guys, so
Hi guys.
welcome back to another video. So it is like 10 a.m. here. Oh, it's like 11.
So I'm guessing she probably hasn't been to bed yet, because we all know these girls stay up all night and sleep all day because they don't do anything productive with their lives. So looking pretty good, Foodie, pretty awake for not going for near your bedtime. She's got the eyeliner and stuff all over her eyeball too, which shows she hasn't washed her makeup off in a while.
So it's 11 here. I just had
I'm sorry, her face just reminds me of like a great big egg. Like, is this the living personification of Humpty Dumpty? I thought that was a boy, but it might actually be a girl. I'm just shit talking right now.
shower, put on some clean pajamas, and
If you took a shower, why do you still have your makeup all over your eyeballs? Some people don't, to be fair. Some people don't wash their face they stick their face out of the shower. I've done it where it's like, ooh, I have my makeup on. I don't want to mess it up. So, okay. I can't knock her for that.
and I'm going to do a bit of skincare while I talk about my weigh-in and a bit about little history about me for those of you who don't know. So let's get into it. Yalla.
A Foodie Duty history lesson. I believe I'll just get that from Mr. Snowflake. Thank you very much.
So first thing I use on my skin a lot is rose water. Apparently it's really hydrating.
Rose water is actually supposed to be really good. I had a rose water primer and like setting spray. I think you can make rose water. It's supposed to be really good for your skin. I definitely want to try it. Another thing I want to try that you can make really cheap and easily that's supposed to be amazing for your skin, a lot of Asian women use it, is rice water. But you have to be careful because sometimes it can go rancid or something like that. So I have to look up how to make it in small batches. I think keep it in the fridge. But I am trying to actively start taking better care of my skin because I neglect my skin, guys. And I shouldn't. I used to be so high maintenance and take care of stuff. And now I just like, I'm like a hippie. I'm like natural. Like I don't do anything, but I'm going to start because I'm in my mid 40s and I need to take care of this stuff. But I do want to try rice water, and I did hear rose water is good.
And refreshing. So
I don't know how much is it going to do for Foodie Beauty. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but
just kind of take a bit. It's kind of messy, but I just kind of...
It's going to take a whole garden.
Put it all over my face.
No, you don't do that. She just dumped it in her dirty little mitt and smearing it across her face. That's actually... It's actually triggering me a little bit. Foodie, you're supposed to put it on like a cotton swab or a cotton pad, a freaking paper towel for God's sake, something, and rub it on gently or pat it on. She literally poured it in her hands and just like men put on cologne. Jesus God. This woman's 40.
Because I love that like refreshing sense of, you know, refreshment on my face. Especially
it's actually dripping down her face. Oh my God.
Now it's like 42 degrees outside Celsius.
I don't know what that is, guys. Here in the States, we use Fahrenheit. And it's actually really cool and overcast today. It's beautiful.
Yay. So, that's why I put my pajamas.
Allergies are bad though, so if you hear me sniffing a little, the pollen is crazy. Up where my son's grandparents live, they live really out in the country. His grandma said she's been waking up the past like week or so with an actual layer of pollen all over her vehicle. It's bad.
I was right back on after I showered, you know, and got ready a bit because I don't feel like going out there right now in that weather. Okay, so I'll first do the weigh-in.
Heaven forbid you have to do something you don't want to do, Foodie. Like, what would these girls do if they had to actually live like real people? Where it's like, sometimes you don't have a choice to do things and...
Which I'll put here. Which is, yeah, you can see here. I don't...
What?
I won't remember it off the top of my head.
First of all, that floor and that scale was freaking filthy. I'm like wiping my screen. I thought, was there a bunch of shit on my screen? No, her floor is disgusting. And I understand cat hair and dog hair gets places, but holy shit, is that filthy.
But,
no way. If this woman is 334 pounds, then I am at my amazing pre-baby weight of 117 as a 5-foot woman. And I most certainly am not 117 pounds. That's just not a thing. Another blatant liar. And this woman has actually been caught lying about tearing the scale because Pete's caught it, from what I gather reading stuff, by 70 some pounds. People say, oh, she's 500 pounds, blah, blah, blah. No, Foodie's definitely not 500. She's very, very short, like myself. And she's actually got fairly thin legs and arms. She's all freaking torso and belly and Gunther and abdomen and whatever you want to say. I think she's probably still about 375 to 390. Could be pushing 400, but I would say she maxes out at around 400 to 410. But there's no way this broad is 334, just like there's no way that Amber's 489. I mean, come on. Can't they at least tell us something believable? This one's the same as Amber. My rule of thumb. Whatever she says, add 30 to 50 pounds to it minimum, and that's what you get. So 364 to 384, 385, that's more believable. This broad is not 334 lbs.
So I'm down.
Foodie, you are such a comedian.
Like 15 kgs right now total, because like the last time I weighed in at the doctor's I was 166 and now I'm 151 something.
There's no way she lost like 15 or 16 kilograms. Just no way. I know she hasn't been doing mukbangs because she proclaims to be so changed and she wasn't feeling good, so she could have lost some weight if she was truly sick. There's no way this woman really changed. Okay, she's just too set in her ways and not going to change. She's too lazy, too greedy, too gluttonous, too selfish. She's not going to change. She's just eating off camera right now, but eventually she's going to run out of content, going to run out. These videos aren't going to do good. She's going to need money and views, and she's going to take the easy way out, and we're going to be back to doing mukbangs. I'm surprised we're not already, but she's going to be doing them again within the next, I'd say, 1 to 2 weeks. Definitely within the next month, for sure, 100%.
So that's actually the lowest I've been in a while, and yes, being sick kind of gave me a boost because I didn't eat for a few days.
Yeah, so whatever you did lose, you didn't lose it like from good old-fashioned hard work.
But I've been eating pretty normally.
No, Foodie, you don't know what eating normally is. You eat literally a family-sized serving platter of rice and think that that's fairly normal and that there's nothing wrong with that if you only do it twice a day. Eating normally for you is probably still grossly overeating.
For a few days now. So yeah, so that is good. I hope that I can, maintain. I feel like I've, lost like the way some t-shirts fit me are baggier than before. So, I'm not obsessed with numbers on the scale, but
you should be, Foodie, you should be.
I'll weigh myself like maybe next week or something. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe before that. Well, that's refreshing. Okay, now I'm going to put my moisturizer. So that's my weigh-in for today. Today's Tuesday.
We may only watch like 5 minutes of this video, guys, not gonna lie.
I think the 28th. So while I do this, I always put my lip plumper lip gloss on. Yeah,
because lip plumper is really gonna do a lot for, oh my god, for Foodie. I hate to be mean, I hate to be a jerk, but come on.
Because it takes time to, work around. I don't think I'm going to put very much makeup on or anything like that. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I'm using Peace from Lush moisturizer.
Some people were dogging her about Lush in the comments. Like, it's not... Lush is good. I use a lot of their products. Their soaps are average. They're a melt and pour. And I'm an artisan soap maker for you guys that don't know, so I am like a soap snob. They're definitely not... The soaps, the bar soaps are not like high quality... like artisan handcrafted soaps, but they're fun, they're cute, they get the job done. I love some of the smells, but they're like moisturizers and shampoo bars. They're oil cleansers for your skin, and they're like skin cleansing, like Doe's are really good. Their bath bombs are good, they're fun, their scrubby is great, and a lot of the kids stuff is fun, and their shower gels are okay. They're pretty good. A lot of them are like sulfite and sulfate free and stuff, so they're not bad. It depends on what you're looking for.
I like this one more. It's kind of like for summer because it's kind of cooling. Like it has like a aloe in it, cocoa butter, almond. So, and then I tend to use my Skin Shangri-La in the evening more. I don't know. So it's very thick. I'm just gonna put that on.
Okay, I'm skipping past.
There's some new people, right? Like my channel. So,
there's no new people to your channel, Foodie.
Just feel like being clean and fresh today.
Yeah, clean and fresh. Ugh.
Anyway, so I thought I would talk a bit about like my growing up history a little bit, like where that comes from.
Are you serious? Do we really have to listen to this?
Sainte-Croix. Je vais vous rencontrer.
I am impressed though. I took French in school, and from where she's from,
It's weren't strict, like really.
it's no surprise that she would speak French, and it's like kind of nice to see that she's speaking it, because it is like something, at least in America and Canada, it's like pretty, well, definitely in America, it's not normal to be bilingual and stuff. So I forget most of the French I spoke, but I took it for 4 years and was pretty fluent. But if you don't use it, you lose it. But I do want to start learning Italian, and I'm going to teach my son too. And he's going to take language in school. Hopefully they have a chance to teach him Italian, because then he'll know it. But I have certain reasons I want to speak Italian in general, and maybe a little bit of German or some sort of Scandinavian. Those languages can be a lot harder, but I'm going to start with Italian. Yeah, so, but it's always good to know a different language.
Religious or anything, but So not only that, but my dad
Is
is
there
French, pure French.
anything else
Specific
about the
last,
health?
I learned French, you know. Anyways,
Parlez-vous français? I remember that.
so then after grade 8, we went there because
Guys, if you want to watch this part, you can. I'll link her video down below as always.
like,
I just want to know if there's any other health stuff.
not only that, but my family like is influenced cousins, and they buried me in some snow. We were like kind of buried.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a bit longer, maybe another few days to a week.
Okay.
For elementary life until I was. Anyway, yeah, and that's it, I guess, and that's my weigh-in. So I will try to keep up. I've just been eating. What have I been
real
eating?
weigh-ins from these girls, though. I really just want to get an honest weigh-in from somebody.
I haven't been cooking yet. I'm not like I'm just.
No joke. No. I mean, at least she's honest about that. She's just so lazy. She's both her and her Oklahoma counterpart. They're so lazy. They don't cook hardly at all. It's no surprise that she's mostly just ordering out.
Just starting to feel normal. Excuse me.
And keep in mind, normal for her is probably shit. And she probably doesn't even realize it. Like these girls are so heavy and their bodies are so taxed and normal things hit them so hard that they don't realize just how crappy they feel. Which is kind of sad. I mean, they bring it on themselves, but if you think about it, that's like crazy to think like if you were always so miserable and so sick and like you wouldn't know what good actually feels like. Their good is probably crap for the rest of us.
So yeah, it's going to take me a bit longer, maybe another few days to a week to just reorganize everything in my life here and get up and try again, So I've just been eating a lot of fruit.
Okay, now I know people are going to get on me about this. Listen, eating a little bit of fruit in moderation is okay. If you're not overweight, if you're metabolically healthy, if you're not a type 2 diabetic. Type 2 diabetics, especially uncontrolled, non-compliant ones like Foodie, should not be eating a lot of fruit because it is still just sugar. It has nutrients and fiber, yes, but it is still broken down into sugar. Out of all the oses, fructose, glucose, sucralose, lactose, dextrose, all of the oses, fructose is actually the worst one for your body because your body cannot process it the same way it can those other oses like glucose. It has to treat fructose in a similar manner as it does alcohol. It doesn't have a proper way of storing it or anything, so it has to immediately process it, get it out of your system, and it treats it the same way it does alcohol. So nobody should overeat fruit in general, but people like Foodie definitely need to limit the fruit. She's an uncontrolled type 2 diabetic. She should be focusing on meats, healthy fats, despite what her doctor said. Doctors give horrid medical advice and diet advice to diabetics, but lots of vegetables, mainly the non-starchy ones, salads, meats, eggs, good fats in moderation, and limiting her portions so that she can get weight off.
Like really juicy, hydrating, like things that are hydrating,
You know what's hydrating? Water. Foodie, how about you try that?
Like a lot of salads, a lot of fattoush, a lot.
Yeah, but she eats salads like swimming in dressing, so that's probably a no-go.
There's this trio of beans.
Again, beans are good if you're metabolically healthy and if you're not a type 2 diabetic. As a type 2 diabetic, that is still a carbohydrate. I don't care if it's simple or complex. You need to limit your carbohydrates. If she was eating a small portion once a day or twice a day, maybe with her meals, that would be different. But she's not. She overeats them and she still has a ton of weight to lose. Until she's at a healthier weight and her blood sugars are controlled, she shouldn't be eating a bunch of things like beans and rice and fruit and grains and stuff like that. She just shouldn't.
I think it's Iranian style breakfast, where it's like
for breakfast, she should be having eggs. Eat eggs, bulk them up with some egg whites for, lower calorie, lots of protein, less fat, with a lot of vegetables, and even some things like tomatoes and onions and stuff, which have a little bit more sugar compared to some vegetables, but they're lower compared to fruit and stuff. Have a little bit of avocado with that for some good fats. Some lean bacon or ham or something. Like you can have a little bit of that in small servings, or some lean steak or chicken or shrimp or something. Have some omelets. As many vegetables as you want that are non-starchy. Like, God, okay. You don't need to be eating beans and french fries and stuff like that. And for God's sake, stay away from the freaking pita bread, Foodie.
large fava beans.
If she would at least pick only one carb as opposed to 2 or 3 or 4 for each meal, that would be a start.
Chickpeas, just plain, like in like this water, and then this like other one that they make with like spinach. I don't know, it's so good. Actually, Salah brought back the breakfast, and these are the beans I was talking about. So this is
that's a lot of freaking beans though. That's like 2 or 3 servings. That's like 2 servings. That's too much for her. She should have a small little portion, one measured out portion at most, with a bunch of vegetables and meats. Be it chicken or pork or shrimp or fish or steak, and not deep fried shit either. Like, I know people don't like to hear that. Oh no, meat, red meat and fat and stuff is bad for diabetes. No, it's not. Stuff that's going to raise your blood sugar is bad for diabetes, and that includes good carbs, whole carbs, stuff like that. You have to be mindful with stuff like that. Foodie is completely an uncontrolled diabetic right now who's morbidly obese, so she has to extra watch.
This is just like, they call it hummus, which is just, you think of hummus as a sauce, but it's actually just the chickpeas. Yeah.
We call it nahi.
Nafi?
Yeah.
Okay, and this one is food? No.
Bajilla.
Bajilla?
Yeah.
They're huge. They're huge, like beans. And this is like my favorite.
Like she doesn't need, do you see all these? And this woman has a major problem with portion control. This is just a carb. This is a sugar bomb. I mean, this will raise her blood sugar immensely. Like, Jesus.
This is
Ash.
ash. It smells like there's greens in there, onion.
Super healthy.
Yeah, a bunch of beans. I don't know. It's delicious.
Like, pick one and eat a portion of that with some eggs and some vegetables. Why do you have to have them all?
And this is jarish.
Yeah. Made with chicken.
So there's chicken, and it's like some kind of like wheat
Crushed wheat with chicken and spices.
grains that they use. I've never tried.
So it's like grain. Wheat berries or something. Another freaking carb. Like, I'm sorry. I know people get so mad at me about my carb hate and shit, but that's not good for somebody in Foodie's in her medical condition. It would be different if you were healthy and a healthy weight. And even then, if you're at a healthy weight, unless you're like carb loading as a marathon runner or something, you don't need to eat that many carbohydrates. There's like no real meaningful protein and stuff in that. No complete proteins. Like, it's going to spike her blood sugar. Then it's going to come down because her insulin's going to have to go sky high. And it's already like deficient because she's a diabetic. And then she's going to crash and she's going to need more food. I mean, it's like a biological cycle. It's like a fact. That's how it works in your body. This is how it works. She needs to control these things and eat them properly portioned out. And she's not going to do it.
Did this yet? I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll try now.
Yeah, try it.
Foodie booty can't go without eating on camera. Get that feeder money, girl.
Let me go in here. First time trying jarish. Bismillah.
And right there, she's eating it. Not eating it with a spoon or anything. She's eating it with a pita bread. With a big thing of pita bread, breaking off pieces, dipping it. So she's carbs on carbs on carbs on carbs on carbs. That's a horror show for diabetics. I would be scared to see what her blood sugar is after a meal like this. And it's not because I hate carbs, guys. I love carbs. I wish I could eat more of them. I wish I could eat them. I love beans. I love chickpeas. I love rice. I love carbohydrates. They don't love me. I got fatter and sicker than ever eating vegetarian-based food. And it's whole foods too. Vegetables, squashes, rices, beans, stuff like that. I'm too metabolically screwed to be able to eat that stuff. Hopefully when I get the weight down and I'm more metabolically healthy, I'm more insulin sensitive, I can incorporate some of these things back in my diet, but it's always going to have to be just limited and within reason. You can't just go freaking whole hog on this shit. Most people can't. There are those outliers, but somebody like Foodie can't. And look at her with that look on her face. She's carbs, sugar, like it, bread. Like she doesn't need this shit.
It tastes like barley to me, like exactly like barley or something.
Well, you don't need barley, Foodie.
It's really good. I don't know what spices they use, but
how about you just have the chicken? Like get the spices and make the chicken with that, not without the wheat. The wheat dipped in bread with a side of carbs on carbs on carbs. Like. Okay.
It's traditional food here. So, yeah. So,
and I know because I've taken my own blood sugar. I've had patients that were diabetic, both compliant and non-compliant. I've had friends and patients that were type 1 and type 2 diabetic. It's like you get to learn these things. I've studied diabetes and diet and nutrition for years. It's been like diet and nutrition and its effects like foods and stuff on the body and the hormones and insulin. So I've studied it for years because it's just been an obsession and a passion of mine because of my own health and my own weight problems and how me and my son's father used to help some friends and family lose weight, and I wish I would have just pursued that as a career. I love doing that kind of stuff. So it's like I'm the nerd that instead of like watching shows and stuff that like people like, I was watching like nutrition videos and lectures and biological lectures and stuff like that. So it's like I don't come from this as just a place of, oh, you're a low carb person, like you don't like, it's like, no, there's actually a reason why I have gone a more low carb route, because I've had to, and I've had to understand why that works. Eventually you can get to a place where you can eat them. Foodie is nowhere near that place yet. And some people just can't because of their sensitivities and everything. Foodie is nowhere near there.
we're gonna go eat and
Look at that. That bread is just pissing me off. Her holding that bread.
yeah, and these are the breads. They're like huge.
Yeah, they're huge. And she will eat the whole damn thing. She will probably have 2 pieces. She doesn't need this. Like a half of a piece is probably a serving. And that's too much considering all the other carbs she's having with that meal. Like I said, if you have to have a carb, pick one, eat it in a measured amount, and then eat the other stuff that I mentioned. Like not all of this at one time. That's the problem, is it's like everything at once.
But you just break them apart.
And all these,
Like, hello, blood sugar of like 450, 500.
Iranian, Afghani style.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the Iranian cuisine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know you said that yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've been eating like a lot of like beans
Which, like I said, are not good. They're good in small amounts, but not for you, Foodie.
for like breakfast and stuff like that. If I eat breakfast. Otherwise I usually just have like one main meal where it's like I'll have like a lot of salad.
There's no way. I don't believe she's just having one meal a day and that it's a salad. Just no way.
A little bit of chicken and some rice. I've been
I don't believe that. So you're having beans and rice. Again, carbs on carbs, and you know she's eating it with a side of that pita bread. It's just too much. She needs... See, the problem is these girls will not deny themselves anything they want or they crave or they like. And in order to really make changes in their health and their weight, they need to be willing to make changes. They need to be able and willing to tell themselves no. and eat the healthier stuff, eat what they need to eat versus what they want to eat. They need to deal with being a little uncomfortable and being hungry. It's just like they have to. They're going to have to be a little bit hungry to lose weight and to get the ball rolling and to make changes. There's no way around it, especially once you get to their sizes. Once you're foodie size, you're going to have to be hungry a little bit.
Eating rice
I'm
every
not saying starve, but she can't eat till fullness because her full is stuffed. She eats for 3 people. She just can't do that and make good health changes to her health.
all day. Not maybe like a quarter of what I would normally eat. Maybe even
And you see that look on her face. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
less than that. And I find that's been satisfying and filling. So
It's been satisfying and there's just no way. There's no way a quarter of what she eats has been satisfying and filling to her once a day. We've seen her eat a half of a family-sized, really heavy, really rich pot pie, and then say she was still hungry, and then admit after she turned off the camera in another video that she ate more of it. We've seen her finish off a meal for a family of 2 or 3, and then admit at the end of it that she was still kind of hungry. There's no way.
yeah.
And that ability to not be honest with us or with herself is one of the things that's going to be her downfall. Man, Foodie, and I am so looking forward to seeing you climb Mount Everest, and you're just not doing what you need to do to give the people what they want.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All
when
right.
the cravings come back. But I have like this like rage inside of me for like I dare it to come back.
No. That's not a good thing. This woman, no, she shouldn't want her cravings to come back because she will not say no. She will have to give in, and then she'll come on and cry and say, oh, I just had a bad day. I was doing so good. I figured this one meal wouldn't hurt this one time, and it's been tough and blah, 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 but I'm going to pick it back up tomorrow or Monday, or I just got to keep trying, guys. No, like for her, she's running out of time to keep dilly-dallying around. She can't give into her cravings and stuff anymore and say, oh, I'll just get back on it tomorrow or the next day. Or I mean, she's really at a point where her health is going to truly start failing, and she's going to run out of time. But anyways, I'm going to end this here. I'm not really worried about the rest of what she says. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all the YouTube things. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe this weight and this weigh-in and that she's miraculously changed her eating habits so drastically all of a sudden? I don't believe it, not for 1 minute. But like I said, let me know in the comments. Keep an eye out for some new videos coming out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.